What's a scary science fact that the public knows nothing about?
1. When you get killed by army ants, it's not bites that kill you, it's invasion of the lungs.
Number 2. A CME coronal mass ejection is the most likely civilization-ending disaster to come from space. The sun emits them regularly, and they hit the Earth every few hundred years. The last one occurred in the 1890s, but society at the time was less susceptible to the effects. Were one to hit the Earth today, it would basically destroy all the tech infrastructure on whichever side of the planet is facing the sun at the time. This would knock the affected hemisphere back into the stupid ages, and it would take decades to recover, altering the global balance of power forever. It's only a matter of time. We could mitigate the effects, but it would be expensive, so we haven't and likely never will. At least not until the problem becomes real to people. By then it will be too late. This is a much more likely scenario than an asteroid impact.
Number 3. 50% of insects have disappeared since 1970. Insect population is down 27% in the last 30 years, declining between 1 and 4% each year depending on the genus.
Number 4. Researchers have found viruses in the Arctic permafrost that have been frozen for thousands of years. One of these viruses, pithovirus, was dormant for 30,000 years until the researchers revived it, and it infected the amoebas that were placed in the tank with it, which of course presents a scary scenario. What happens when the ice melts away and viruses are released that haven't been in contact with humans for 10,000 plus years?
Number 5. Airplanes are dynamically stable, but helicopters are dynamically unstable. That means if an airplane pilot lets go of the controls of a small plane with no autopilot, if it's correctly trimmed and balanced, it will keep flying level until it runs out of fuel. If a helicopter pilot lets go of the controls, in about 2 point for seconds, it will tip over to such a degree that it is unrecoverable. We can let go of one control, the collective, for a little while by frictioning it in place to change the radio, adjust something, scratch our nose or whatever. But it's friction on. Do the thing with the left hand, friction off and hand back on the collective. We fly 3 seconds away from falling out of the sky all the time.
Number 6. Heart muscle cells don't reproduce much in adults, roughly 1% per year. If you have an infarction or other stressor that kills those cells, then your heart won't be able to grow new cells to replace the dead ones. This is why patients with diseases like heart failure end up needing a heart transplant. Trying to get this process to happen is a major goal for many cardiac researchers.
Number 7. When doing an autopsy, they don't put the organs back where they belong. They are all stored in the belly.
Number 8. Activated charcoal in foods and drinks can decrease the effectiveness of any medications you take. Those Instagrammable black foods can end up killing you if you're not careful.
Number 9. Brain aneurysms can be completely unpredictable and can happen at any time in your life, no matter how healthy you are. A kid who I went to high school with at the age of 16 just did not wake up one morning and his cause of death was a brain aneurysm.
Number 10. The tipping point of most ecosystems won't be realized until it's far too late to help with human intervention. All organisms are so interconnected, but the general public thinks ecosystems are more robust than they are.
Number 11. If you're exposed to rabies and start to show symptoms, your chance of survival is virtually 0%.
Number 12. During WW2, the Japanese would continuously experiment on the people they captured, like open a pregnant woman's stomach and see the baby, infect her with syphilis and see the effects, etc. While the Nazis also did commit genocide and all that, Japan was never confronted about those war crimes.
Number 13. Limnic eruptions. There are pockets of CoA trapped under lakes all around the world that can be released at any time, creating an invisible tidal wave that kills everything in its path. Since it's heavier than air, you will just suddenly start choking and die.
Number 14. The vacuum decay death of the universe. The basic premise is that it is possible that at some point in the universe itself started collapsing into a more stable version of itself. And once this started, the collapse spreads outwards into all directions at the speed of light. Because it travels at the speed of light, there's no way to know it's coming. You could literally stop existing the next second.
Number 15. There is a naturally occurring thought in many humans, named the call of the void, where, without reason, humans see a way they could die, and they wonder whether they should kill themselves, even if they have no real intention of doing so.
Number 16. When the baby boomer generation fills the nursing homes, there very likely won't be enough nursing staff to care for them as more and more nurses are leaving the profession. Number 17. We've scoured the ocean mostly clean of life. Like, the major fisheries are down something like 80% from their peaks, and nobody is doing anything about it.
Number 18. The youngest persons who developed Alzheimer's were around 25 years old. One lady got diagnosed with it at 31 while pregnant. By the way, when you get the disease at like 65, it didn't suddenly begin. It has been creeping up and ravaging your brain for at least 20 years, if not more. You just didn't realize it because our brain is very good at compensating damages until it cannot. Basically, the day you lose yourself in the supermarket, it's too late. Your brain is mostly mush, and there's so far nothing you can do. That means that if you are 40 to 60 years old and reading this, chances are that some of you already started to experience the onset of Alzheimer's brain degeneration. It's just not advanced enough for you to realize it. Have a nice day.
Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, do like and subscribe. If you like scary or interesting stories, check out my other videos. Once again, if you made it this far, thank you so much and have a nice day.